Good morning, you guys. Today is a little late. It's 5 o'clock because I did my little reflection. You see the title is episode my morning thoughts. It's episode 5. But another reason I'm late is because it is a full wolf moon, and I mean it's time for you to sit and it's in Cancer. So you know how cancers are, child. Child. No offense. Actually, I love female cancers. It's the male cancers for me. Female cancers are pretty cool. They're sweet and they're very loyal. I'm not saying male cancers aren't, but their male cancer is very freaking emotional. Jeez. Oh gosh. And so this full moon, people are gonna be very emotional. It's an emotional moon. And it's time for you to reflect on things that you really don't need in your life or you don't need to move forward on and get rid of them. You know, get rid of it. Get rid of all of the emotions you've been holding in and everything you've been holding on to and just dump it because it's not going to get you anywhere. All that low vibrational stuff. Ooh, sorry, God. All that low vibrational stuff is not going to get you anywhere. And not only that, but I'm making some moon water. I'm making some moon water and sorry, I keep moving the phone. I'm making some moon water and after I make it I'm gonna label it. But and put it up. But this is pretty much the time and then I believe I know Mercury's in retrograde. It started the 14th. And I believe Venus might still be in retrograde. I'm not sure. But it is definitely a time for you to contemplate and think about everything and everybody that you have in your life or that you're doing on a daily basis that does not serve you. That isn't going to help you go to the next step in life and get rid of it. And this is everything. This is habits, families, friends, all of that. You know, write a list of everything that you have that do not serve you and that you should get rid of moving forward. You write down a piece of paper and then take the paper and burn it. And all those bad habits and all those things that don't serve you, you can send that back. You can send that energy back into the air. You don't need it. Get it out of you. That's what you should do. If y'all hear jingling, that's my cat. It's like he gets up like to God knows what time I don't even think he sleeps at night. I think he's up all night. I think he's up all night, to be honest with you. I don't even know when he sleeps. Okay, so my kids want a pet, right? They want a dog. They did. If you are on my Instagram, you'll see I posted that they did a PowerPoint asking for a dog. I post a lot more intimate stuff on my Instagram. Okay, and so they did a PowerPoint asking for a dog. I said no, and so they was like, well, okay, we'll get a cat. And I said, the only way we'll get a cat is we get a kitten. It gotta be a male and it gotta be black. I was being difficult. So we're near PetSmart and my daughter's like, let's go to PetSmart, see if they have any cats. I'm like, okay. So we go to PetSmart and lo and behold, they had a kitten that was male, that was black, and that was short haired. So I had to get him because either one or two things. Either I'm supposed to have him because that's exactly what I said, or the kids are supposed to have him because that's exactly what I said. So he's a kitten. He's taking liking to my room, and he doesn't leave me alone. He likes to jump on my bed, breathe in my face in the middle of the night. And he's black, so in the dark you can't see him. So we brought him one of those little collars with a bell on him, so I can hear him jingling and jingling. Cause he not finna do that jump scare on me. We not doing that. We did that the first night. We not doing that no more. That creeping up on me, that's not copacetic. And so if they do right with the kitty cat, then they can get a dog. Cause I actually do want a dog, especially with the way things are going. Will help protect the house and the kids and stuff like that. You know, you need to set up as many defenses, personal defenses. A lot of people go out and they buy guns. They're like, well, I could shoot. You know, somebody come in here, I'm going to shoot. Man, you need multiple defenses in your house. You know, especially if you have kids, you're going to have to keep your gun in a lockbox. Some people are single and they keep their gun in their bed, they keep their gun under their pillow, or stuff like that. But some houses have kids. You gotta keep your gun in a lockbox. Well, I would do that. Too many accidental shootings going on with children with guns. It's scary. It terrifies me. And so that's why I have my handy dandy machete and many other things. You should always have different lines of of defense when it comes to your home. And I know how it is about cameras because people can hack into your camera. But at the same time, you should always have them facing your doors, the doors to come in and go out. I do personally. I wouldn't put them in my room. A lot of people put cameras in their baby's room, and I've heard so many stories about them joints getting hacked. That's ridiculous, but I can understand why you would. I never did. Honestly, I'm not even gonna swear to you. My kids did not have their own room. They slept in my room and most likely in my bed. Every time I brought a crib, it never really went to use because they slept with me. And so there were at least like 4 or 5. I say 4. They slept with me. And then they might have slept in their own room after that. But most of my kids, I raised them. They stayed with me. They slept right in my arms the whole night. All of them. Except for when oh no. 2 youngest, I would say justice took them over. Justice took them over. My youngest daughter is a daddy's girl. It's horrible. Tinkerbutt, she's a daddy's girl. I am so jealous. Like they talk about everything. And y'all and the boy, them two. So he kind of took them two over. And the grandkids. I'm kind of jealous. No, I'm not. I'm happy. Children should always I feel children should have 2 parents they can go to. They should. Even the oldest kids, they a mess. They be calling him, "Can you help me with?" And he be like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why are you always saying you gotta say no sometimes?" Then he'll say, well, especially with the oldest one, he'll be like, "That's my son," even though it's a girl. But to explain, we're kind of rough. We're a little rough on these parts. We are very feminine and very women. We're very much women. Me and my oldest daughters, and well, me and my kids and my girls in general, we're very much girls, but we can act like dudes. I don't know. I know why I was, because I was raised by my cousins who used to always tell me toughen up, and I had to learn to fight, throw knives, and do other stuff that children shouldn't learn at a young age. Um, I was one of those kids that learned how to swim by getting thrown in the water when my mama was not around. Because none of this was done in my mama's face. My mama would have had a fit. And she would, look, everybody in that house would have got it. But they felt, no, you too spoiled. Diddy diddy did. We're just going to beat on you and make you tougher. So that's how I learned about music, and I learned how to freestyle, and I learned how to write rhymes. I was doing that at a young age, writing raps, messing with my cousins. If I didn't know how to freestyle, they tell look, if I didn't know how to freestyle, they would exile me. So I didn't want to be exiled out of the room at the time. So I had to learn how to freestyle. And that's how my second daughter knows how to freestyle. She's good at freestyling. She can rap. And I don't even know how I ventured off of the daggone subject, y'all. Y'all know how I did. I ADD. Look, I told y'all better leave me alone. I've overcome a lot of mental health issues. Let me live in my ADD moments, all right? I'm working on that too. I'm working on the ADD and I'm working on the anxiety because y'all know I got PTSD. And oh, sorry. Anxiety is nothing but worrying about the future. PTSD is pretty much anxiety that the future is going, no, that the past is going to repeat itself in the future. And as long as I can learn to live in the present and in the now, it should be okay. I should be able to overcome both anxiety. I overcame depression, anger, a lot of that stuff. I've overcome a lot of that. I was the table flipper. I was the table flipper. I was a wild one. But Mercury is in retrograde, so try not to make any big purchases or let's try just chill out. And because at the time of this in, it's really focusing a lot on like relationships and bad habits. It's not relationships like bad habits and stuff like that that you want to change. You should just reflect on that. And that's pretty much what I was doing this morning. What time is it? I was reflecting on bad habits and things that I do need in my life and things that I don't need in my life. And oh, I just got a text. The kids got a 2 hour delay in school because there's some snow on the ground. I hope it's not too bad. And so, I don't know. I think Venus is also in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde. Venus is in retrograde. We have the full wolf moon. What is that cat? What are you messing with? Oh, they're making weird sound. All right, but honestly, you know what's weird is that I do believe we're in a hologram. I don't know. Are we in a holographic universe or is this a holographic prison planet? Either way, I sincerely do not believe that nobody has made it out or off of this thing. So, you know what's wild? Is why, what does it really mean when they say Mercury's in retrograde? What is that really? If we've never made it off this planet, if we're in a holographic simulation, because before I even understood what um what the different moons can do to your mood at certain times. It really happened. Like I really, and ever since you were little, your pupils were like, oh, it's a full moon. People are gonna cut up. If this is a holographic simulation, what does that really, like? What is it really? Like when Mercury is in retrograde, what does that mean for real? Does it mean that like the system has to reboot, or does it mean that? Because if you look at the full moons, they happen every month around the same time. Every month around the same time. I mean, of course, because they say, it's like, oh, it's it's circular, you know what I'm saying. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It can, like a computer, or like a simulation, or like a game. They could have every time Mercury go in retrograde. And I believe Mercury goes in retrograde 4 times. 4 times is 4 times this year. Man, really? This first time is from January 14th to February 3rd. And you know what else is so crazy is that people tend to forget. They be like, oh, Mercury in retrograde. And is it Pluto? And from my understanding, Pluto is like a collect. Don't get me. Look. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a collective. When that one goes into retrograde or something happens, it means it happens to the collective. It doesn't happen to you personally. Some of these things, it happens to you personally, but other ones, it happens collectively. And I believe this year, I'm trying to think, it's going to go in a retrograde, and collectively, we're supposed to rise consciousness or something, or not, or it's something else. Because I do remember it happened collectively, where we're supposed to have just the food shortages, and it's not specifically food shortages, but like shortage of stuff, and money be tight, or and stuff like that. And I believe that already happened. And so I think collectively we're supposed to come to some kind of revelation or something. I don't know. I have to look it up. Maybe that's why they always say you have to be fully, you know what, by this date or by that date. Cause I really could never understand why they put dates on it. Like, why are you putting dates on it? Like, what is the reason? What is the date for? Because they never tell you why. They always say, oh, by this date. But why? Why by that date? Or all the answers are so vague. It's terrible. I think it's misinformation. I think that's what it is. I think it's a lot going on. It's a whole lot going on. But it's I don't know, it's a lot of clouds up there. It was snowing out here. I don't know if well, it was. I don't know if it's snowing out there. But I don't really want to talk too long because I started late. I started at 5 instead of 4, because I wanted to do my inner reflections and reflect on things that I no longer needed to carry. burdens. I need to sit down because it's not my burdens and things of that nature. So, all right, you guys, y'all have a blessed day.